All right. Welcome back to another episode of Mosaic Minds. I don't like that energy. It's early as shit.
It's early, bro.
It is. Yeah,
early. We should have coffee in these cups.
We should, actually. Yeah. I wish I could. Shit.
I chugged one right before I came, so I had to pee.
Smart. I was going to get a tea, only because my voice felt a little weird waking up, but I was like, I ain't singing, so,
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I'm glad you made it here safe, It's torrential out there with the flooding and all that, but...
I had to swim over.
Yeah, right? Welcome back to another episode of Mosaic Mind. It's your boy, whatever you know me as, Sakani, Trap, Miraculous on Xbox, Darvin Beige on Discord. Darvin Beige, if you've seen my video on YouTube. Yeah, I'm here with another, like I said before in the last one, no longer I have guests. I have co-hosts for the day.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, because, I don't want you to feel like it's an interview per se. It's more of just we both vibing, putting two minds together, hence Mosaic Mind.
Fuck yeah.
And then make it one Mosaic Mind.
I like that.
This man, I didn't even ask you what you wanted to be introduced as. That's so unprofessional, so let's just do another two.
You can call me AJ, bro.
AJ, okay.
AJ
I didn't know if you, I know you said
fun.
that, but I didn't know if you wanted
Nah, whatever. I'm AJ. I'm a guy from Yonkers.
Guy from Yonkers. So I got a guy from Yonkers here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've learned more, and I'm a New Rochelle native, Westchester. I've learned more from your page than I have in my life.
All right.
I'm not even joking, because places you've been, I'm like, oh, I would have never known it was there. And
same though, honestly.
And
I learned a lot from doing it.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I find out about a lot of places because they reach out.
I was gonna ask that. So they basically reach out to you and
yeah, definitely. At this point. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because I figured, how does he just go up to, how did it start? I should say. You went up to places and said, hey, do you mind if I do a review? Were you trying to get free food? Or?
So how did the 914 stuff start? You want me to go? You want the long story or you want the short story?
Let's do the short. No, let's do the long story, and then maybe you can shorten it if it gets. No, actually, the long story. We here. I'm here. What am I talking about?
All right, so
I'm interested as hell.
The 914 collective thing. It kind of
actually my fault. Before you do that,
yes,
almost went sidetrack. This is an episode of Mosaic Minds, and the guest is AJ, aka the 914 collective, aka what I like to call him, Mr. 914. If you want to take that.
I get the 914 guy a lot, too.
And the 914 guy, the guy from Yonkers.
That's what people come up to me a lot. They're like, hey, you're the 914 guy. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Grocery shopping. I'm like, yo, you're the 914 guy.
Yo, 914.
TikTok, right?
Yeah, that's what's up. But yeah, so now that we did that, to circle back to what you were saying.
Yeah, the 914 collective, it kind of started as... So I've been booking local shows, mostly punk rock shows, but every once in a while hip hop shows and things like that.
Oh, nice.
And in Westchester, mostly in Yonkers, but I went to school in Manhattanville College up in Purchase, so I would throw shows in the dorm halls there sometimes.
Nice.
So I've kind of thrown a bunch of shows for a long time. I've been playing music for 20 years now.
What do you play?
I play guitar and drums. Mainly.
Oh, nice.
I'll sing a little bit.
Dope.
But yeah, so I started throwing shows, and I threw. When I graduated college, I didn't know what I really wanted to do, so I rented a space in a building called Yoho, which is an artist collective in Yonkers.
Okay.
On Upper Hand Avenue. I rented a small 400 square foot warehouse space, and I called it a music school. But at night, I would just throw shows in it.
That's dope.
And we would just pack. It was the size of a basement, but we would pack 50, 75, 80 people into this small little space and just throw a show.
Yeah.
And at the time, that was called the Donk. And I called it that because Yonkers is named after Adrian Vanderdonk, and I just thought that was
I would have never known that.
I just thought he had a funny name.
Yeah, that's a hilarious name. Why Yonkers?
I just wanted to give it something after Yonkers, so I was I was like, yo, this is the Donk.
The Donk, yeah, that's smart. I'm still fascinated that they got Yonkers from... They took out a lot of letters and put in a Y.
Yeah, well, I think his name was Adrian Vanderdonk, and they were the Dutch people were the Jonkiers or something, and then that became...
and the J kind of formed into a Y.
Yonkers, yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I did that, and then after about a year, they didn't really want me there anymore.
Because it was too lit?
Yeah, I was throwing, like, I had a lot of people. It really, I mean, it wasn't legal.
Oh, okay.
When I was there, I didn't have, like, permits.
Yeah.
I was just doing it.
Yeah,
we were just there, like, one week it would be, like, a punk band. The next week we'd have a hip-hop show. We were just throwing.
I mean, those are the best ones. It's the organized ones that suck.
It was fun. And, you know, it was just totally just BYOB and fucking hang out and come through.
Did you ever get shut down?
Never got shut down, no.
Oh, that's nice.
The cops never cared. It was the people in the building that cared.
Oh, okay, I get it.
We weren't near anybody's house or anything. Like, it was in a pretty good spot. We was in a warehouse, so it wasn't.
So it wasn't bothering anybody. Yeah,
it wasn't bothering anybody but the other artists in the building mainly.
Gotcha.
And it was called the Donk. And then after about a year, I just didn't re-sign the lease because I was having issues. So I kept throwing shows and I kept it under the Donk Collective.
That's a funny name.
Yeah, it was the Donk Collective for a while, and then COVID hit, and I got heavy into making videos, but I was actually making them for my band Shakeout.
Okay.
It was like early 2020, so it was like early TikTok, right? Like it was like TikTok. Like I was 27 or 28 at the time, and it was like my friends would be like, "Bro, TikTok is just like 14-year-olds. What are you doing on there?" But it was cool because I was the only guy playing guitar on there for like a while. Or like,
so you had your own,
So I was able to build a following pretty quick on there.
Now everybody does that. Not everybody, but there's a lot of people doing that. Yeah.
I was just early, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but I was early, so I like was figuring it out, and I built a following for my band Shakeout, and then I was like learning these skills of like I was like, I think I can make videos pretty good, and I'm starting to learn how to grab people's attention.
Right.
And I was like, I wonder what I can make videos on other than just for my music, and I wanted it to be something entirely different where like no one would recognize my face from that. It would be like a different audience completely.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe I'll make some videos on WESTCHESTER, and it was just on TikTok.
Wow.
So I changed the name to the 914 Collective because I liked the name better. I thought it was more representative of everybody. I thought like you see the Donk, you wouldn't really know that was Yonkers.
Yeah, honestly, the Donk Collective, I would have been like, we're about to see a lot of ass. I'm clicking maybe that would have helped. It would have been very misleading though.
Yeah, they would have been like, no, what the fuck
what the fuck is I want to see a hamburger? I thought I was going to see a juicy. No, that's funny, but that's dope.
I thought I was going to see some buns.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not these buns.
I'm slow. That was funny.
So I started making videos under the name the 914 Collective on TikTok. Did not take it seriously at all. Just like was fucking goofing around, just like making some videos and was using my phone mainly. And they started picking up kind of quick on TikTok.
Right.
And and at the same time, I was actually screen printing. So I was like screen printing shirts and like that said 914 on them, and then like making these TikTok videos and just kind of just doing all this during the pandemic. I was bored. I was at home.
Oh wow!
And, I was a substitute teacher in the Yonkers Public Schools. I lost my job because school was out.
School was out. Yeah.
So it was like
gotta do something.
I was sitting home unemployed, making the unemployment checks like a lot of people were.
Boy, I missed those.
Boy, I never went back to substitute teaching. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure.
I was like, you know what, China onto something. Let's start. Let me stop.
That money was nice for a minute.
Yeah.
So I was just like screen printing T-shirts all day, making videos, making music all day, and that was kind of like what I did for like months, and then it really was nothing serious, this 914 Collective thing, until I would say the end of 2022. Like 2020, I think I started the page just kind of on a goof, like I maybe posted once a month.
Wow.
But like I had a couple of videos that even the one I would post in a month would do like
good.
It'd be like, I got 10,000 views on that.
Oh shit! I'm still trying to reach for that. Help me out, people.
I just like didn't care that much about it. I was like, I was really more focused on Shakeout.
Right.
And like just doing that stuff, which is still actually my bigger.
I was gonna say, are you still doing that? Like, is that still like priority, or is it more?
Yeah. They're both priority.
Not to put one on.
Yeah. They were both priority because of the things I'm working on and like how I'm trying to make them happen.
Right.
I didn't have a real purpose for the 914 Collective at first. Like it was just like a goofy thing to see if I could do it again. Like if I could make videos that people cared about, but they're not the same people, right? So it was like it wasn't like the people that like Shakeout are just like general rock music fans from all over. This was an audience of like people
foodies.
Not even that.
Well, not even foodies. Like
people from
culture.
WESTCHESTER.
Yeah, culture. I should say.
But not even like people from WESTCHESTER. Like the people that followed Shakeout were my audience is all over the world, you know.
True,
right? Like,
yeah.
This was like very specific. Like,
that's specifically why I became a fan. I was like, oh, yo, he's going over, like, he's rapping for 914. Like, all these places are like 20, 30 minutes out tops.
Yeah, totally.
You know?
Yeah. So then at the end of the last year, I came up with the genius idea of trying to talk to 914 people. Like,
whoa.
That was like, oh, I'm going to talk to 914 people in the 914, right?
Yeah,
and like, that's kind of what the interview series. The first video I posted, I already had like a little bit of a following now on TikTok.
Okay.
Instagram was nothing. I barely even reposted the videos over there.
Right.
So
TikTok, the 914 Collective page had, I don't remember, maybe a few thousand followers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I posted a video being like, Westchester County, just real animated, Westchester County, I'm going to talk to 914 people in the 914. And instantly I got like 200 messages.
Yeah.
People being like, I want to be a part of this.
Yo, that's fire.
And then I started posting on Instagram more and trying to do the interviews and just making little things and like whatever stupid funny things coming to my mind about what we're all dealing with. That's like relative to everybody around here. And now since, the Instagram, I think in the beginning of this year, January, I think it was at like 300 followers.
Right.
Now it's at like 26,000, 27,000 almost. And
that's right.
I haven't dropped a single dollar into the page. It's just all organic, just posting videos and people finding it. And
that's fire. That's fire. Cool, and man. You said, I just want to make sure, because it hit me late what you said in the beginning. I know I'm pretty familiar with where you're at now, but you said in January it was at 300?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like I said, the TikTok had a little bit of a following.
Yeah.
Like I had already seen people that be like, "Oh, you're the guy on TikTok." Like had maybe like 5 to 10,000. I don't really remember where it was at, but
basically you could go live organically.
Yeah. Like, people knew. Some people knew. Like I had a few moments where I was like, "Oh, you're the guy from TikTok."
Right.
Where like now it's like actually got pretty crazy. Like when I go to places, it's like usually like at least one or two people are like, "Oh, you're the guy from Instagram or TikTok." Or like,
I've had conversations with coworkers, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know that guy. I follow that guy." I'm like, "Yeah, he's made it." Yeah, that's dope.
It's super niche, like the videos I make are targeted to the 900,000 of us, or almost a million of us that live in this little pocket of the world.
County,
that's who I'm targeting. That's who I'm trying to make stuff for. And man, I don't know.
Nice. So basically, let me ask this actually, because this has been, do you remember your first, like the first spot you did that made you, like when you said, "All right, I'm gonna do 914," like, I guess they reached out to you. I guess you made the video. No. You said you made a couple like within months or something like that. Do you remember your first, like, I'll say review, or like, what do you really call them? Reviews, shout outs?
When I first started just the page in 2020, when I first started I was just making shit out of my kitchen, just like being like, only people in Westchester know, and I would talk about something like, here's some of my favorite places, but I wasn't going to the places. I was just straight up talking to them using the green screen thing on like TikTok.
With them in the back.
Gotcha. I still do stuff like that too. So that's what I was doing at first, and then when I decided to do the 914 interviews, the first one I did was my mom. Because I wanted to be comfortable doing it.
Yeah,
and I just
that's
wanted
good
to
practice. Yeah,
get a good shot. And my mom does a lot of stuff for the city. She works in Yonkers.
Oh, dope.
And she's the director of the Office of Aging, so she deals with all the older people in the city and helps them get the services and the things that they need. And so I just went to her office, and she was my first
dope.
guest.
I've been trying to
I did have a lot of people hit me up about it, but I was just like, I wanted to practice for it.
Get the feel of it. Nobody better than your mom, because she ain't going to judge you. And if she does, it's your mom.
Yeah, and she's from Yonkers, so it was like easy. She was born and raised, like it was easy to just like talk about whatever, and just kind of get a practice in.
Dope.
Yeah, and then from there, a lot of businesses have still reached out. I still trying to figure out how to. I'm still very much so navigating a lot of things, just because I have way more people reach out than I can like get back to a lot of times. Like,
right.
Like I'm 100% doing it on my own, and
that's what's up. I respect you for that too. Yeah.
I'm doing it on my own, and I'm not charging any of these small businesses.
I'm really respect you.
I'm working on things that are bigger than that to me. Like I don't need money from a small business
to
come in and try your food or whatever. Like
it's more for the love of the 914. More for the love of the business.
Yeah, and I have outside things that I'm trying to work on that I think will help me be able to focus on this stuff eventually.
Exactly. So it's beneficial for you in your own way. So that's all that really matters.
Totally.
So I don't know if this question makes sense. Is unbiased? I feel like I've heard this before. Maybe I'm wrong. Can I get your unbiased opinion about something? Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, that's correct. Right?
Yeah, hit me up.
Favorite city / town in Westchester?
I
should say that's not favorite. That's bad. Unbiased. What's the best you could say? Like in terms of like, all right, if someone's moving from, I live here, Oklahoma.
Okay.
And they're like, all right, I'm moving to Westchester. You could pick any town, and you're the guy. For some reason,
that might be the guy that they sent him a DM.
He might be actually. They'd be like, oh wait, 914. This guy's all about it. So you're the guy. They hit up and say, can we get your recommendation on which town or city is the best in for either commuting purposes, entertainment, or just overall like mix of everything.
Okay, so if we were gonna say the best place in Westchester to live for an outsider, to me, I mean, like I've born and raised in Yonkers. I went to the Yonkers public schools my whole life. Like I'm a Yonkers guy, but I wouldn't say it's probably the best for everyone to live there.
Yeah,
I guess so. There, I love Yonkers, but towns I really like. If you need to get on the like a train to go into the city, Dobbs Ferries are I think a really great little town because they have like a lot of cool little local spots over there.
Shout out to the Dobbs.
Yeah, shout out to Dobbs Ferry, man. There's like cool little. I'll shout out some places like you can go if you want to go hang out and get a good coffee or a beer. You go to Climbing Wolf. You can get a great meal, whether it's at the Cookery or Sushi Mike's or.
I know Climbing Wolf. I went there. They're great. Yeah, they actually hooked me up with a free coffee.
Climbing Wolf's a good spot.
Shout out Climbing Wolf.
Yeah, like there's great little restaurants and it's all local, like on that main strip, which is really cool. There's no chains, which I think is pretty cool.
I never realized that.
They got a great little park right on the water, and then you're at the train. Like if you need to get on the train, you go right on the train, and you get down to the city. So, I mean, nice. I really like Dobbs Ferry. I also really like Tarrytown.
Okay.
I think that again, it's like right on the water. There's a train line there if you needed to use that, and there's a ton of stuff to do over there. Like I like the idea. Like where I live, I can't walk too much. Like I can walk to like I have a little corner store deli, and I have a little grocery store and a pizzeria. But I do like the idea that maybe one day I could afford to live in a place where like I could walk out of my spot and I could go like
to the bridge or to the water.
To the bridge, to the water, to my favorite local bar, to like just like the cool spots, and it's just like, hey, this is what I.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
I mean, I've taken drives up there just to literally go in that little what's this like a boardwalky type of area in Tarrytown. That's what it's called.
Pearson Park, the one with the lighthouses in.
Yeah. And
it's this beautiful view. Like you got a nice view. You could just walk around there, and then if you go to the like Main Street up in Tarrytown, where like the music hall is, and they got all those restaurants. Like
I don't think I've been there.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm documenting all this. I'm gonna be like, yo, everything he recommends, I'm going to.
I mean, I like Tarrytown. I think it's a cool town. I just can't afford to live in any of these places because Westchester is expensive as all hell.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Who are you telling? That feels like the rent's going up every like 6 months.
Yeah, bro,
if that, maybe 4 months.
If I could live anywhere, I would stay in Yonkers too. It's just
the good thing is Yonkers is big enough where it's like they have like the beautiful part of Yonkers, and we all know like the part that's not so beautiful. Well, I'm not gonna say it, but
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's there's. I'm hoping that the downtown area of Yonkers can get to a place even where you just have enough stuff to walk between and can do, just like a lot of those other downtown areas, like like the Dobbs Ferries. And it's coming up, man. There's spots down there even that like. They just added Lionsgate, which is the giant movie studio down there now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that's crazy to me that people don't know about this. Yeah, they've done a terrible job of like getting the word out.
Horrible. I didn't know. Like I've seen so many Lionsgate movies. Like
it's the biggest movie studio on the East Coast.
Is it really?
Now in downtown Yonkers. Yeah.
Wow.
You drive past it, you're just like, what the hell is that?
There's
great spots down in.
Where's it by?
Right near the library in downtown Yonkers. Over kind of near like Warburton.
I know Warburton. Yeah, I know more by like streets. I don't even know what downtown.
I'm talking about like down near the water,
like where
the train is.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Right where like the train down there, like the train station.
I know. I got actually stranded. I out there one day because I worked in Jefferson Valley in the mall.
Oh yeah,
in the Jefferson Valley Mall. I worked at Foot Locker, and long story short, like I missed like the last bus because I had to take that train from I had to catch it from Peekskill and then take it down to Yonkers, and like I think it was the 7 bus I needed to catch back to because I'm in New Rochelle.
Right.
And I missed it, and I was like, "Yo, I didn't know what to do." I was like, because I walked from the Bronx, because I'm like right there in New Rochelle, like where Pelham Road turns into Shore Road, and you go right into the Bronx. So I walked from the Bronx basically to my house off of missing the last 45 bus.
Right.
So I was like, maybe this is one of those times, and I'm like, nah, this is different. Like walking from basically, like the train station in Yonkers to New Rochelle, that's like damn near going all the way across like Westchester.
Yeah.
Like, the bottom half. Like,
because that's like
from end to end.
That's like on the ass end of Yonkers too. Like that's all the way down the water. Yonkers.
And I literally live on the water in New Rochelle, right there, like in the Hudson, like right in that, like by Glen Island, but even further down from that. So, but shout out to my bro Eddie. He ended up picking up the phone that night and getting me a ride. That wasn't even him that gave me the ride. He got somebody to get me a ride. So I was like, yo, this man.
Shout out Eddie.
Shout out Eddie, you lifesaver, bro. Or Rico. I don't know what to call this thing. But yeah, no. So.
But yeah, down in Yonkers, it would be. I mean, like I think there's a lot of cool little spots popping up over there. There's a new ice cream spot that I've heard a lot about. I've yet to go over, but the guys making homemade ice cream, Lost Borough ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Yonkers Brewing Company, which is always a good spot.
Right.
Food.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a little more up class, but like great restaurant like Zupa or X2O if you want to spend a little more money, but great amazing food like.
Okay.
And it's one of those Francie Brady's. There's a couple spots where it's like it would be really cool to see people just like walking around down there and going down to utilize that area and like hanging out.
It's a nice little vibe down
hanging
there.
Out, but it's on its way. I think it's on its way.
It's funny. Have you ever had Singer's Pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like my favorite pizza for like 5 years, and
really?
Everybody's like, "You're bugging," and I'm like,
it's like a chain. There's one down there.
Yeah. That's why I discovered it. Like it was one in that area, and then I think there was one on Central Avenue or something like that.
Near the movie theater. Near like the Alamo over there.
Yeah, exactly. And that's right behind it. Yeah. But I don't know. Like that pizza to me was like different.
Yeah, my girlfriend really likes it. I've had it like once or twice. I don't remember it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's very forgettable pizza though. I must say that. But it's like every time I have it, I'm like, God damn, this is like, because they don't do slices. It's all like mini personal pies. Like it's like So I'm like, that was weird off rip. So I'm like, oh, is it gonna taste like a Celeste pizza or like a like a DiGiorno or something? But no, it's got its own distinct like taste. I don't know.
Yeah, what's your favorite pizza in Westchester?
Oh, that's a great question.
This is a very hot debate topic online.
Yeah. It's funny because if you'd have asked me this like a couple years ago, I would have said Terra Nova Pizza.
Where's that?
It's literally. So that's probably why it's very biased though. That's what I would have said like 5 years ago, but like now, like I've had so much pizza just. Because, like I said, I window clean, so I'm all around Westchester, and the fastest thing to do, like, when you just want a quick, is, I'm going to get a slice of pizza.
We're so lucky, bro, with pizza.
Which people got to understand. I'm not trying to cut you off. Everybody doesn't want their pizza blistering hot. I don't understand that.
I ask for mine warm, usually. I just go, just go throw it in if you're throwing it in the oven, just like...
Not too hot or, something along those lines.
Warm.
I don't know what that unwritten rule is about. Like, we have to make this pizza as hot as possible before we give it to them, so they have to wait 10 minutes before they can actually enjoy it. I don't know where that came from, but PSA. 5 minutes tops. It's good. The brick oven pizza is like 1,000 degrees. It only needs like 5 minutes.
I mean, like, we're really fucking lucky when it comes to pizza in Westchester, in the New York area in general. Like,
I agree. It's hard to have a bad slice out here.
Yeah, man. I've been around around the country. Like, I've been to 43 or 44 states in the United States now. Pizza sucks everywhere else, bro.
I've heard.
Pizza sucks, dude. You go to like the top pizza spot. Like my grandmother actually lives in Myrtle Beach. She moved from Yonkers to Myrtle Beach a couple years ago when she retired.
Mm-hmm. Is that South Carolina?
Yeah, South Carolina.
Okay.
And like what they consider the best pizza, they'll call the shit New York pizza or some shit.
Oh God.
And it's like, bro, I'd rather have Domino's.
Oh shit.
and actually, mind you, I think that Domino's is actually good, but like Domino's to me isn't like I don't go, I want pizza, I'm gonna get Domino's.
Right.
I want Domino's, so I'm gonna get Domino's.
Yeah,
if I go, I want
exactly,
pizza, I'm gonna get pizza. I live in New York.
There's something
bro.
about Domino's, Papa John's, like Pizza Hut. They're in like a different category. They don't count that as pizza. It's like
Nah.
It's just that. It's Pizza Hut. It's Domino's. It's Papa John's.
Like I was like, I'm gonna get Domino's tonight. Not like, hey, I really could go for some pizza. Let me get Domino's. No,
never happens.
No,
exactly.
Fuck that.
I agree with you. Now that you point that out, I've never said, let's get pizza tonight. All right, cool. It's always like, and which brings me to before I lose track is I would say is modern pizza.
Modern pizza.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Where's that? Is that in
That's in New Rochelle as well. It's
I gotta try it.
Yeah, you should. They've held it down like my whole life, but at first they used to be like this little pizzeria. Now they're like this big fine dining actual Italian restaurant.
Oh, sweet.
Or restaurante. I don't know how to say it, but that might have been not to be
offensive. I don't know. I took Italian for like 5 years in school.
I took it for like 3/4 of a semester.
Fucking nothing.
Nothing, right?
Nothing.
I just remember Como ti chiami? Mi chiamo Sakani. That's the only thing I remember. And I've seen like Luca.
Ciao.
Yeah, ciao, yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, my favorite pizza is a Johnny's in Mount Vernon.
Johnny's in Mount Vernon?
Johnny's Mount Vernon is top tier. They only do pies.
Oh.
So you gotta get a pie, but the pizza's real thin.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, it's fine. That's the best pizza.
So I see you mentioned 44 states. Does Chicago happen to be one of them?
Yeah, I've been to Chicago a couple times.
Because I know they boast about like the Chicago pizza is supposed to. It's Thank God, because you
New
like
York versus Chicago pizza. Chicago, that shit is just a mess, bro. If they put the cheese under the fucking sauce, like what? Why would I ever want to eat that?
Oh wow! That's what it is.
Bro. It's
Wow!
Deep dish pizza, bro. Like the sauce was on top, and I was just like, I looked at it, and I was like, what the hell am I about to eat, bro?
Wow! I never realized how uneducated I am. I always thought that the Chicago style was basically like a Celeste pizza.
It's deep dish. Like, it's like a little thicker. Nah, not for me.
Well, yeah, okay.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't even think people in Chicago really like it.
Yeah, they just pride. It's pride that
It's
basically.
almost like a touristy trap, I think. Like to be like, oh, we got the deep dish pizza.
Yeah.
Nah,
it's like Philly was like, we got Philly cheesesteak, so they're like, we gotta have some. Oh, let's take pizza because.
Yeah.
Well, let's take deep dish pizza because New York already got pizza. So.
Yeah. And Connecticut has some good pizza, like the New Haven style thing.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like they got some good pizza.
Yeah. That's true.
But nothing beats New York pizza.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing beats New York.
I guess let me go a little left actually. Who would you say? I guess the top 3 people.
Top 3
that came out of Westchester.
Top 3 people?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
And this is opinionated.
Yeah, no, that's I mean, I grew up in Yonkers, so DMX was always a really big deal, right?
Absolutely.
Everybody knew.
I was kind of hoping you would say that.
Yeah.
Him or one other person.
Yeah, everybody knows DMX or Jadakiss.
Yeah,
right? But DMX is like top.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
like
multi-platinum artist. Yeah,
I think he showed a lot of people in Yonkers and going to the public schools and everything that like you could do something with yourself. No matter who you are, like you could really do something with yourself.
Right.
Coming from the same place we're all in, which is was really cool. So yeah, DMX. Yeah, I'll throw him in the 3.
Okay. That's totally understandable.
Top 3 people to come out of Westchester. So I do a series too called Famous People from Westchester, and I'm constantly finding.
That's kind of where I stemmed this off.
Yeah, I'm finding out about other famous people.
I figured I'd learn right now. So.
And I learned from the comments sections too. Like people leave comments. Oh, you got to know that this person's from Westchester, and then I'll look it up. And I'm like,
I knew I should have commented.
But yeah, when I learned from that, like I learned from the messages and the comments. That's how I learned about the places I go to. That's I just learned from people telling me,
Yeah, that's dope.
But DMX, I guess. A weird one, but there's a so New York hardcore scene is a really big thing. Just like New York, it's a hardcore punk rock. Just like New York hardcore is like a huge culture, a huge thing in the city.
Okay.
But there's a band called Breakdown that's also from Yonkers, and they were in that New York hardcore scene. And I'm big into the heavy stuff. I like that. I like the heavy punk rock stuff.
Yeah.
So like breakdown. It's cool that like we had like most people would say we're upstate or we're not part of the city, and we're not. We're not upstate. Go fuck yourself on that. But we're not a part of the city either.
I've said that how many times? Thank you. Upstate. I've walked from the Bronx.
I can stand in both places at the same time.
Exactly. In like 3 different towns.
Yeah.
We're upstate. Like it's crazy.
No. But it was cool that like there was like a couple bands like Breakdown that were from Westchester, and then like kind of went into that scene and were also a part of that New York City, New York hardcore scene.
Right.
So I'll say Breakdown. It's a weird one. Probably a little bit of a. You got to be a part of that community to know about it, but not as big as DMX. Everybody knows.
But still,
everybody knows DMX. But
that counts.
And then shit, man. I don't know. Top 3.
I gotta look into them. Breakdown.
Top 3 people. That's tough.
I could throw some names out.
Yeah, throw some names out.
Maybe I can help you. Maybe we clip this out, and then you could just make it for yours.
Influence me a little bit here.
And you probably know most of them, but just we got P. Diddy.
That's right. He's a New Row guy, right?
Yeah, Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon. Okay,
Mount Vernon guy.
Mount Vernon.
You got Denzel Washington.
No,
also Mount Vernon. Yeah,
Mount Vernon guy. I do like Denzel. I'm a big Denzel fan.
I've been working on my impression, but I'm a little. My throat don't feel right this morning. Pause. But yeah, so I'm not gonna try the impression right now, but maybe later if I'm feeling it, I don't know. But I'm still proud of the guy, even though everybody makes mistakes. Ray Rice, he's from Never Show.
I didn't realize Ray Rice was from Never Show. Okay.
Yeah, Never Show High School got us a championship.
Actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn. Now,
Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige, she's Yonkers as well. Somebody told me Lady Gaga. I don't know how true that is.
Nah,
I think it was on her Wikipedia or something.
She don't claim it. So.
She doesn't claim it, right? That's
She don't claim it. Like
she claims New York City or something.
She like actively doesn't claim it. Like actively was. I think she went to high school with Sacred Heart in Yonkers.
Oh, okay.
I think she might have lived in Yonkers for a little bit.
Probably just.
But
to
she
go
actively
there.
is like, no, I'm from the Bronx. I'm from the Bronx. So
yeah, okay. I would too. I guess it kind of helped her make where she's at now. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't though, because I haven't, and I'm not going.
DMX didn't.
DMX didn't. You're right. Jada did. You know what I'm saying?
They repped.
They sure did. And it didn't hurt them. That's probably all I could think of right now.
Yeah, no, those are. I would say Denzel. I'll go with Denzel.
Yeah,
I feel like Denzel has not only like obviously super talented, super famous, but he's done a lot for the community too. Like he's brought it back to Mount Vernon. They have Denzel Washington High School, or like they have a school named after him. That's like an arts and like an arts focused high school.
I heard they got a class on how to hit cups. So when you get mad, you can just start smacking cups. Like they probably do got it though. If they don't, they should make it.
Yeah, they should. Whoever's in charge of the programming over there,
have a cup slapping.
Get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll go Denzel.
So okay, that's the 3 right there. We're going DMX, Breakdown, and Denzel
Washington. Sure.
That's a dope 3 list.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
When I said it originally, I had so much more in my head, and they all just like scurried away from me, and they'll come back. So I might be some Tourette shit and yell out random guys at the random people.
Yeah, I mean, I've done like at least 12 of those videos now, and I don't think I named any of the people that I've done with the videos on, and I can't even think off the top of my head what they're about. I think it's too early in the morning.
It is the earliest I've did a podcast, and I want to again thank you for being the earliest that's ever came. That's why I was like 15 minutes late, and I was actually thinking I'll still be here before you because that's what I'm used to.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah, of course, man. Thanks for coming. In this torrential rainstorm that almost took me out, but I got here.
We did it.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you. So, do you do?
Please, you're a co-host.
Do you do music?
I do.
Okay, tell me about that.
I suck, but I love it.
Well, like, I'm sure you don't suck, but like, tell me about your music. Like, what do you? What kind of stuff do you make? Like, what?
So basically, I went to school for like audio engineering.
Where'd you go?
It's not around anymore, and plus, I heard it turn into a different school, but it used to be called Institute of Audio Research down in the city on like Union Square and 14th Street.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was like basically like a like a 2-bedroom apartment they turned into a music school.
Okay.
I'll say a 3-bedroom. Well, I'm not gonna do them bad like that, but it was actually good. They had creditable people that came from there, and so they got me to go because I wasn't a fan of like school, so I didn't want to do liberal arts and go back to regular college. I'm like, let me just learn what I wanted to do, what I do in high school anyway. Because me and my boy, we started recording like on this Mac, using the Mac built-in mic. And making beats with a MIDI keyboard,
Yeah, hell yeah. Where'd you go to school? High school?
Neurosha High School.
You went to Neuro, okay.
Yeah, so Neurosha High School. Then went to IAR. Found out that I actually found more interest into doing like post-production shit than I actually did, like music production.
All right.
So I got more into like scoring, making little sounds for. Basically making sounds for like scenes, sound effects, all that stuff.
Sweet.
I was like, oh, that's dope. Like we had this project where we basically had to take a Lord of the Rings battle scene. You had to strip the audio completely, and then you had to make the audio yourself as best as you can. So you had to do voiceovers. We had to do like make everything. We can make somebody sound completely different. I'm like, yo, the control you have on a movie with just the audio. Like you can make a punch sound like it hurt. You can make a punch sound like it's a takeable punch. Like depending on the sound. And I just fell in love with that. So basically, I started doing more of that than I did my music. But with that being said, I do have a single out called Bubble Guts, which is about if you could take a guess, what would that song be about?
Bubble Guts. Is it about like? Is it about like? Is it about
Go ahead, take your time.
Having guts to some degree, like being brave about something? Am I in the right direction?
Kinda, not really, but kinda, no.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say like maybe that, but like. Inflating your gut. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
In a way, what you said could pertain to it, but it's basically about having to take a shit. So it's like you do have the guts, and it is kind of inflating you. But what I'm saying, but basically, it's like I don't know if you ever heard anyone say I got the BGs or like I got the bubble guts. Like when someone got to take a shit and they're like their stomach is no, okay, well,
I like it though. I get those a lot.
Yeah, no, you've had them. Everybody's had them. When it feels like there's a stew brewing up down there, and you're like, oh, this might be a hot. That's the bubble gut. So I got a song about that. Talking. Just talking about an experience of having the bubble guts, and it's funny because it's an R&B song.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
so you're an R&B artist.
I would say I have rap songs and R&B songs.
Okay,
cool, I have songs where I'm doing both. It's just like I don't like to label it as this, but I like to say I'm like a Drake.
Okay.
Because that sounds cocky. I'm not, I'm not the greatest. I mean, listen, I'm gonna think I'm the greatest, of course, but
Drake, just tell yourself you're better.
I'm better than Drake. I'm better at being me than Drake is better at being me. Let me say that. Let me get this out the way. I feel like he's been eavesdropping the whole time. So. But yeah, so basically, I still do I haven't made beats in a while. I haven't most of the time I've been either buying beats off of friends that I have that make beats, or I've been going on YouTube.
Okay.
And it's like, find a beat that hasn't been listened to over 10,000 times because I know somebody's probably not using it yet.
Right.
And then I'll just, message them, pay them for the beat. But I haven't did it that often. Like I have 2, 3, 4 songs on like Apple Music, Spotify, and shit like that, So all singles, haven't dropped a project, anything like that. Which I've been.
It's a single-driven world.
It is, and I haven't even did a music video. I just drop them and I'm like, listen. It's mostly for fun.
Yeah.
Mostly for the love, It's cool. Like, so, but what I really fell in love with was like the whole podcasting thing. So I'm like, I could still do the music. If anything, people could always hear it once I get,
Yep.
And if they like it, they like it. Then I'll do a project. But I don't want to waste time doing a project right now for, to get like 10 listens. Which is not the best mentality to have, but when you have something else going for yourself, it's like
totally, man. You got
priorities.
Priorities, exactly.
Yeah.
Feeling like where I always say to people, it's like you got to know, kind of like my brain works in a way where like you figure out what your top goal is and whatever goal, and then you could have a bunch of different goals, but you figure out whatever your top goal is, and then you work backwards on how to get there.
Yeah,
right? So,
pretty much,
here, like right now, maybe you're here and you want to get here. It's like, okay, if here, what would be the step before that? And then what would be the step before that? And what would be the step before that? And all of a sudden, you start to put the pieces together and you get to there.
Exactly. That's a great analogy. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm ADHD, so that my brain just works like...
that...
my brain's just doing this all the time.
That's why I forget so much shit.
It's like a hamster wheel up there.
Yeah. Imagine the little shit running. That's Yo, shout out to me. No, that wasn't in Fairly Odd Parents. Scratch that. But yeah, it's It's basically something I've loved doing. Like I've been playing drums since I was like 6 years old. For like,
Awesome.
I played for my church like here and there, but I wasn't like the main drummer. I was like a drum set. Yeah,
cool.
yeah. When in school, I did play like the marching band drums.
Sweet.
That one wasn't as fun to me, but man, they put me on the bass drum, and I was like this frail kid, and I was like, damn, like somebody's having fun right now, like laughing in the thing, like yo, he got like a whole parade, Thanksgiving parade. I'm just sitting, oh man. Football games.
Yeah, I was the marching snare for Yonkers High School.
Oh, he was a snare?
I was marching the snare for Yonkers.
My favorite movie was Drumline, so you can only imagine how bad I wanted to be a snare. Like I'm like, come on, man, I'm Devin Miles, man. Like, but yeah, so drums. I'm like, I would say average to below average on like piano keys. You know, I could play chords. I know
a little bit to get through to make a couple beats and shit like that.
Exactly. Yeah, and I could play some songs like, you know, that you would think like, oh, he plays, but it's just because I watched YouTube and I memorized how to play that couple songs. You know, which is, you know, makes me look good if I'm out and about. I just get on the piano like, oh, maybe somebody put me on YouTube.
If you're on a first date or something.
First date, you know, I play something like, oh yeah, no, I just dibble dabble. You know?
You know? Like, all you gotta know is one.
Exactly.
Only one thing.
Yeah, that's pretty. I had a friend that was trying to teach me guitar, so I did take on guitar for a little bit. Cool. Never got real good at it, and plus I got introduced to the ukulele a little early, and that was like so much easier. And I was like, this is so much. It's right. I could just take this anywhere. It's like so much easier to like learn.
Yeah, totally.
Plus, I heard I don't know if it's a rumor, maybe you know. They say the top 4 strings on a uke is like the same as like the top 4 strings on a guitar. If you play those, it's like the same chords on a uke or something like that.
It's a different tuning, but it is the same intervals. So it's like it's similar. Like your finger positions are similar, but you're playing different chords. So for example, on a uke, like a C chord on a uke is really a G chord on a guitar, but it's the same exact like finger positions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, dope. So have you played a lot of like venues around Westchester?
Well, there's not a lot of venues around Westchester, but I've played all the ones that basically exist.
Okay. Play this simple.
There's small venues we're talking in Westchester. You got Lucy's in Pleasantville. I played there a bunch of times. There's Garcia's, which is attached to the Capitol Theater up in Port Chester.
Love that theater.
I never got to play the Capitol, but I played Garcia's.
It's like right next to it.
As you're walking out, it's in there. I played there a bunch of times. And then, I like I said, I've thrown a lot of shows, but it would always be like, what little space can we rent out, bring a PA system in, and just fucking rock it out.
Right.
Or what bar will let you play or whatever.
So if I could ask the best, that you played, I would say, which one had the best acoustics, like the best, like you're playing and you're like, wow, it sounds the best here. Doesn't it sound...
in Westchester?
Yeah.
Like I said, there's not a ton of competition for like a real legit music venue, so I think Lucy's is probably the best.
Like if a starting band wanted to like, you know.
Yeah, I like Lucy. I mean, if you're starting a band right now, like.
Yeah, more so for them, not like.
If you're starting a band right now, probably just like book a show in your high school's gym or something.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good point.
There's just not a lot of places on a lot of places are like 21 plus or something. So if you're like a younger kid, yeah.
Wow, I've
played music friggin' everywhere, dude. I've been, like I said earlier, I think 43 states. Wow. I've played music in Europe. I've toured Europe before, Germany. Toured Canada a bit. So I've gotten to see music venues everywhere.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's been fun. You know, I always say like the last. I'm 30 now, so the last 10 years of my life.
Oh, same.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dope. 92?
93.
Ah, okay. So I'm turning 31. You turned this year.
February. I turned 30, yeah.
I'm December, so.
Oh, okay, so we're basically the same.
Basically the same, yeah. What's months got to do with it?
2 months apart.
Yeah.
So, I've spent the past 10 years just, like, touring a bunch, but it's, not, like, lavishly touring at all, just, like, rocking out in a van, sleeping in the van a lot of the time.
Yeah, no, just getting yourself out there.
Sleeping on people's floors. But I always say, like, through that, like, I've had a lot of cool experiences. I've played to tons of shows to literally, like, the sound guy and the bartender and no one else showed up. In the middle of Ohio or something.
Yeah.
But then I've gotten chances to play huge shows to, like, a couple thousand people. And it is the life of a musician where you just, like, I say a good example is last summer. I toured Canada for the first time with my band Shakeout. And you know, when you go to places for the first time, you never know what's gonna happen.
Right, right.
And one of the nights we played, I woke up in this dude's apartment. He let us crash at his place, and I woke up and there was roaches. All roach traps just covered in dead roaches. I went to bed at like 2:30 in the morning, a little drunk.
Oh,
like
shit.
Didn't really realize it when I went to bed. But when I woke up in the morning, I'm like, yo, there's dead roaches everywhere. I just slept in this.
Yeah.
Right? And then literally the next weekend. And so that was one weekend, right? It's like we play a couple shows in Canada and like that's what I'm living. And then literally the next weekend, I went out on tour with, I don't know if you know the Blue Oyster Cult. They're like classic rock band. Don't Fear the Reaper.
That sounds very familiar.
Yeah, you know the more cowbell skit from
yeah,
Saturday
more
Night Live.
cowbell. Yeah,
that's Blue Oyster Cult from Saturday Night Live.
I knew that sounded familiar. Yeah,
yeah, you definitely know the hits like "Don't Fear the Reaper" or
that's
"I'm
dope.
Burning,
So, yeah,
I'm burning for you." I went out on a guitar text for them. And I got my own hotel room everywhere we went.
Such a difference.
And that's been my whole music career though. Like I've gone from like.
I mean, you get about a gig.
One night you play and there's like 4 people at the show, or you're playing to the other band that played, and then the next night there's 200 people out at the show, or whatever it is. So.
I mean, it's slowly. You have those nights. You got these nights, and you got the good nights. No, the good nights, the bad nights, and slowly it's like
Yeah. But I've gotten, I've definitely, people that are our age, I should say, like friends that I went to school with or whatever, like definitely have bigger bank accounts than I do. They've got got the steady job. They got the thing that, and I never did that. I still live paycheck to paycheck and just like, but I've like seen a lot of shit and I've gotten to do a lot of shit, and I did it all on the cheapest way you could possibly do it. Like it was never like, I've like I said, I've been fortunate enough to see 44 states in the U.S.
That's fire.
I've toured Germany, which was like a super fucking good time. I've been to Canada. I've been most of the major cities. But,
not jealous, not envious. Well, whatever sounds like But
it's one of those things. It's
that's
like
dope.
I didn't have someone to do it for me. I just made it. Just made it happen. I was just And when I was 20 years old and in college, I was like, I want to go on tour. What do you do? I don't know. I just start sending out a bunch of Facebook messages and emails to people. Be like, will you book my band at your place?
Yeah.
You do a string of shows, 8 shows down the East Coast.
Right.
And buy a $2,000 van off some dude in White Plains and fucking jump in the van and just do it. And then it breaks down somewhere and you got to figure that one out.
Yeah.
And then one night they gave you $200, and the next night they gave you nothing.
Give you nothing. Yeah, hey, you want a hot dog or a free meal or something?
Yeah. So, played everything.
Now I respect your drive though, for real, 100%. Like that's dedication. Like that's the recipe for success right there.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I just knew I wanted to do music and the creative field in general. Like everything I've done, even to this day, even to me, to the 914 Collective, it's all been about music. It's all been about like, how do I get to spend the most amount of time being a creative person?
So how many projects y'all have out?
I'm in a couple bands. So I play my main band is called Shakeout. It's like kind of like my baby. I write most of the music and
nice.
I play guitar and sing. And we have a couple EPs and a bunch of singles and stuff like that.
Are they out there? Should I shout them out? Or they on
Shakeout. Wherever Shakeout, one word, Spotify,
Apple, wherever you get your music.
YouTube, Shakeout NY. And we do pretty well online. We have a pretty big TikTok following, a decent YouTube following.
Nice.
So Shakeout's like my main thing. I play in another band called Jukebox Romantics. Band been around for like 15 years.
Nice.
I joined the past couple years.
Okay.
I play guitar and sing in that band. It's fun, just like a punk rock band.
Nice.
And then I also play guitar in a band called Reach NYC, and it's a bunch of dudes that are way older than me. I'm the way youngest person in this band.
Gotcha.
But I've done a couple of cool things with them. We just did Louder Than Life Festival in Louisville, Kentucky, 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
2 weeks ago, which was 160,000 tickets. It was the biggest rock festival in America.
Fire, and y'all did it.
Yeah, we got to play one of the stages. It was Foo Fighters, Green Day.
Oh shit.
Big lineup. Avenged Sevenfold, Pantera, like. Big lineup, cool, really fucking awesome, fun time. So I did that.
Did you meet anybody? Or?
Yeah. We always go out and meet, and I also do media for these things. So I double
double the
dip.
content.
So I go out and I go out as the guitar player of Reach NYC, then I'm the media guy for Shakeout. In that term, for Shakeout, because I have this rock music audience, and I just went out and make videos for Shakeout, and So I get to go out all the days and whatnot. And then now locally, I'm doing media, but locally. Like, it's like, so I'm known as like two different things. There's people that know me online that wouldn't even know what 914 means.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I have this like Westchester audience that's also...
That's the first thing I hear when I see 914. I've seen the time before, and it's like 9:14. I'm like, Westchester. Like, it's just part of you at this point.
Yeah, totally.
No,
But just... Everything has always been about music. It's like, how do I get to do music stuff?
Yeah.
And be a creative guy. Like,
so shout out to, let me say all three.
Jukebox Romantics.
Jukebox Romantics, Shakeout, and
Reach. NYC, yeah.
Reach, that sounds fire too. I feel like
three very different sounding bands.
Yeah.
Three very different sounding bands. Shakeout's kind of like alternative meets punk, like kind of like if the Foo Fighters was a little heavier or something like that.
Right.
Jukebox Romantics is like kind of what you think of when you think of a punk rock band to me, and then Reach has been a band for a long time too. And like I said, the guys are a lot older than me, but it's like that nostalgic late 90s, early 2000s sound of Linkin Parks, the Papa Roaches, the Queens of the Stone Age, those kinds of bands.
Right.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, I got this question that I ask every guest. It's a crazy question, and I usually bet $5 on it. If you could pick a choice, you answer it. Oh, if you could pick a choice, you win. If you can't pick a choice, if you say you don't want to answer it, I win technically.
Okay.
Before we do that, though, I just had a quick top three for you. Places of all time in Westchester, whether they're still around or not.
My three?
Yeah,
okay.
Personal. Like, this is... Yeah.
So it's funny enough, I always ask people, name three of your favorite spots in Westchester. So, right? I guess one of the questions... Flip it on me. So you say those words exactly. Name three of your favorite spots in Westchester, and then I'll answer.
All right, boom. Ready?
Yeah.
AJ. Mr. Collective.
Yes.
Mr. 914. Name three of your favorite spots in Westchester.
All right. It's funny, too. I should have been thinking about this all the other times I asked other people. I'm going to go classic. It's not there anymore, but I definitely a little bit of a core memory is the Nathan's Arcade on Central Avenue. I think that's like a OG spot, something I think of when I was younger.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Nathan.
I was just eating in the one that is next to this week with my coworker, and he was like, "Yo, you remember when this used to be the arcade?" And we had a whole 10-minute conversation about it.
CVS now. I was like, ugh.
Oh my god, yeah.
We needed another CVS around here.
Exactly, right? Or Walgreens. Yeah, but all right, definitely yes. That's a great one. Yes.
Okay, number two.
And I'm gonna be honest, I have one in my head that I'm praying you say, but it's understandable if you don't. But go ahead.
Okay, number two is the Yonkers skate park.
Okay.
It's my so when I was in high school, when I went middle school to high school, I'm a big skateboarder, still skateboarder. There was no skate park in the area, and we used to get kicked out of everywhere we skated. We would just skate on people's property, especially in White Plains, man. I used to get tickets. I used to have to lie about my age, so I just couldn't give me a ticket. I'd be like 17. I'd be like, I'm 14.
That helps. Oh, well, get home to your parents then. Why did I never use that?
Until I was like 19, I was 14 in White Plains. Most kids are like flipping it to get into the bars. I was like lying to the cops so I wouldn't get a ticket.
Look, I don't have ID.
I'm 15. I don't have ID.
Oh, that's funny. That's smart. Yeah.
But yeah, so
the Yonkers skate park. Mm-hmm.
There was no skate park. We found the guy Ken Jenkins, who's a councilman. Shout out Ken Jenkins. He's a local politician down there, and he was all about helping us get a skate park.
Oh, nice.
Me and my buddy went out. We got like 2,000 signatures. We went everywhere, dude. We stood outside the skating rink. We go through our high school. We went wherever we could to get signatures to prove that people would want a skate park.
Right.
And it was months.
You got that drive, bro.
It was months and months, of just like fighting for it. I stood up in White Plains at near the courthouse. There was like a place where they had like a council of all the people that like made decisions on upcoming things.
Right.
And I stood up at 16 years old. I gave a speech of like why there should be a skate park in Yonkers.
Mm-hmm.
And and then in 2011 I was a senior in high school. But I think we started fighting for it when I was in like 9th grade. By the time I was a senior, there was a skate park, and it's still there, and I still go all the time, and people still use it all the time. We proved that, like whatever it is now, 12, 13 years later, like it was actually needed because they thought no one's going to use it. No one's going to use it. Hastings did one, no one used it. I was like, yeah, that one sucked.
Yeah.
I built something good and people use it.
Yeah.
So this day, people still use it. So
shout out
the
to
Yonkers
that.
skate park is my number two. I'm very proud of it. And then number 3, let me get out of Yonkers so people don't get too mad at me.
No, listen, man. All my top 3 is, well, it would be in neuro, but I got one that's not.
Okay, so let me think. Number 3, I guess I should do. Maybe I'll do food.
Yeah.
I didn't do any food. That's really hard to say what's like my favorite place to eat.
It could be food. It could be a movie theater. It could be.
I know. Yeah, I know.
But yeah, if you want to do food, that's fine.
I'm trying to think, man. Like, where do I have like just like really great memories?
Yeah, that's what always comes down to the memories.
Yeah.
Memories don't live like people do.
It's so like I said, it's so funny because I asked this question to everybody, and no one's ever flipped it on me, so I never ever really thought about what my answers would be.
If I had more room here, I would do a backflip just to insinuate the flip. But yeah, I'll probably knock all this.
Let's say, what about I'm a big pizza guy, and I know we said it earlier, but I love pizza, man. So I'm gonna say Johnny's Pizzeria in Mount Vernon.
Boom.
I love Johnny's Pizza. I think it's great pie. You gotta go in. You gotta have it on the silver tray.
Right. Okay.
You eat it right in there on the silver tray. You gotta buy it by the pie, cash only. But great
Well,
pizza.
all the best places cash only. That's
because
how
they got it like that, bro.
That's really what it is. They're like, people keep coming.
No, it's always crowded anyway. Why start charging for credit cards?
You're right.
We don't need that convenience. People come anyway.
Yeah, I guess it's scary. Once they do start doing cards, you're like, oh, God. Oh, they're going to be gone soon. Shout out to all the cash-only spots, man. Keeping the world go around keeping it out the...
Yeah, those are my 3, I guess.
Okay.
I guess.
Now I think
There's a lot
about
more, but I'll stick with it. I think that's a top tier 3 for me.
Top tier?
Yeah, what did I miss that you wanted me to say?
New Rock City and New Rochelle.
Oh, yeah.
But it's over. It is overrated.
I didn't spend a ton of time there. I was more of a cross-county kid.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I did go to New Rock. I remember the mini golf.
Yeah, they had mini golf at one point. They had a lot in there because a lot of stuff.
Theater.
It wasn't a good thing that they had a lot of stuff in there because a lot of stuff came and went. Like they had what was that? They had a place where you batting cages at one point that was there for like a year.
Yep, I think I did that. Oh, you know what's another one though? Sport Time, bro.
That was on my list. Sports Time USA in Elmsford.
Elmsford, yeah.
Yep.
That
was my number 2.
It moved. It still exists, I think. I think it's Ardsley now.
Oh.
Because I passed by and it wasn't there. I was like, oh shit, is it gone? Is
Oh,
Sport
no,
Time
that
gone?
would've hurt.
I think it moved.
It moved. Okay.
It moved.
Yeah,
to
they had
Ardsley.
batting cages. They had the rock climbing thing. They had the pool table. Like it was like
everyone went to a birthday party there at some point.
Yeah, literally. It caters to everybody.
Everybody went to a birthday party at Sport Time.
I've had at least 3. At least 3, either there or Ito's in Pelham.
Okay,
The hibachi.
Kid Aerobics was big too, in Cross County.
Yo, I remember Kid Aerobics. That's the one with it was like a whole gym and like a...
Yeah, it was like ball pits and
Yeah.
shit like that. I think there was like some arcade. It was like a Chuck E. Cheese's type
Yeah,
thing.
okay, yeah. Like not like a playpen. That's what I meant. Yeah, I got you, yeah. Now they got like Sky Zone. But they had the ice skating thing at New Rock. Then they had but my 3, actually, I'm not going to say 3. I'm going to say 2 because my 3rd one, I don't even know what it is. I'm like still jumping. Actually, I'm going to say Kid Aerobics. So I definitely went there a bunch of times.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say New Rock City, Sports Time USA. And that was mostly because that was like the batting cage thing for me. I was like a big baseball kid growing up, and that was like the place to go.
Hell yeah.
And this actually is Turtle. You know Turtle Cove?
Nah.
It's like a driving range / I don't know if that's considered Bronx or if that's considered Westchester because it's right there on like the border.
I've never been.
No, but yeah, that's more for memories. It's a very boring spot.
Is it
no offense.
It's like a golf driving range?
It's a golf driving range and a batting cage, but it's like
cool.
It's not like
I like it.
It's just a field with
I wish
stuff
we had
there.
a Top Golf. Have you ever been to Top Golf before?
Oh my God, I love that. I went all the way to Jersey for it.
Yeah, I wish we had that over here.
A real Top Golf. There's a Top Golf in Yonkers, but that's like the digital one.
I mean, you need a lot of property for that. I guess those things are huge, but like
it's like a parking lot left.
I would love to just be able to go hit some golf balls, drink some beers, and
it was
like
the best.
It gets scored up for you already. Yeah.
They had like
it's
little
bowling for golf almost.
Yeah,
it's
I was
like
gonna say they had
idea.
targets where you could like actually aim for. I was working on my pitching. I'm actually a really good golfer. I don't know if you golf at all, but
I used to be on the golf team for Yonkers PAL.
Oh yeah,
the police athletic league had like a gym where they would do like free programs for kids, and I was in the golf one. It was fun, but I was a bowler too in high school.
Oh,
That's
my
another
girl's-
spot though. Honestly,
My girl's the bowler. She kills. Palisades?
Well,
What was your
home field. I did a little bit of both, but yeah, I guess home field was like kind of home. But yeah, I was a big bowler, and for a couple of years there, I got real into it.
Hey, maybe one day we could go bowling and get this for some content and put like a bet.
There you go.
Who knows?
Yeah, there you go.
But now for the question.
Yeah.
I shouldn't do the drum roll because.
There you
It's not that big of a deal, but it's a
out
fucked
snake
up
drum.
question. And you don't have to answer. You just have to just take the loss.
I probably will.
Probably will.
Okay.
You'll be the second person out of 9 or 10 to do it.
Okay.
Maybe he had to come sit for this one.
I'm ready.
All right, you
I'm a
ready?
little nervous now. All right, yeah.
Nah, don't be nervous. It's not that. It's like nothing crazy. It's not harmful, nothing. It's just, very mind fucking. Pause. Well, that's not pause. So, all right. I don't know your relationship status. You don't have to get into that. But let's just say in this instance, your girlfriend and your mom switch bodies. And the only way to get them back in their right bodies before 24 hours is up. Before 24 hours is up and they're gone forever is you have to smash one of them. Fuck one of them. Have sex with one of them. And that's because I've been hearing not everybody knows what I mean by it, even though by the time you get to the end of the question, but just in case, but yeah. Who would it be?
Oh man, that's ridiculous. Oh, dude. Fuck. Maybe I won't answer this.
Yeah, no, I haven't, like I said to every guest, I haven't even answered this.
Have you
question.
answered it?
No. No.
And 2 people answered this.
No.
You answered it?
Yeah.
All right, quick side note, and before I decide if I'm going to answer this.
Yeah.
One time a buddy of mine did a marry, fuck, kill, and this just made me think of it, because he did the marry, fuck, kill, and it was his mom, his dad, his sister.
Wait, that's what that was.
It was like marry, fuck, kill, his mom, his dad, his sister, and he had this most logical reason why he would do it
For
everyone, and he said he was like, I kill my sister because fuck her, I don't know her or anything. He's like, I'd marry my mom because my mom's a great wife, she's a good cook. He's like, I fuck my dad. And the reason he fuck his dad, he's like, because there's no way I would enjoy it. I would just be doing it to get it over with. and he's like, like imagine you picked your mom as that. He's like, and you accidentally close your eyes and enjoy it for a second, then you have to live with the fact that you enjoyed it. He's like, at least if it's your dad, like you're like, it's just terrible.
It's just a job at that point. Like,
so I was just like,
that's actually.
I was like, that's a good.
I
logic.
did not think I would ever see the logic in that answer, but yeah, that actually might need to be my second question now. Let me stop. I'm not gonna take. That's crazy.
My answer, dude, I don't know if I could answer that.
It's fine. I mean, listen, you're being the majority. That's something.
Yeah.
No disrespect to minorities, but
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on the no.
I'm
not answering that.
That's perfectly fine. Listen,
I owe you $5 though.
That's cool. Yes, I'm telling you. Once I get bigger, it's gonna go to like $50. But you got the $5. There we go. Nice. And on that note, last thing before we go.
Yeah.
If you could tell the people anything that will help them not die.
Not die.
Yes, any type of advice that's that helps them not die. You just look at the camera and you just
fuck yeah. Eat your greens. No,
that's a good one.
I don't do that enough. I need to do that more.
I recommend collard greens.
Yeah. Big fan.
Oh, there you go.
Big fan. I would say do what it is that you want to do.
Nice.
No matter what, and well, as long as it's good for the people around you in the world, I guess. If you're like a
don't tell like Jeffrey Dahmer
like a serial killer, like maybe don't do that. Do the things you want to do no matter what. Outside opinions don't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
What people think of you doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, most people are just thinking about themselves anyway. So like, don't even really worry about the judgment of other people. Just a level of self-awareness is really important for everyone. Like, know who you are, own that, and just fucking go for it, no matter what. Because I know there's a lot of things in the world that'll make you think you have to do this thing or you have to do that thing, or you want to do this but you don't because you're scared of what this person might think or these people might think or whatever it is.
Right.
Fuck all that.
Fuck all that.
Fuck all that.
Do that and you'll stay alive for longer than if you don't do that.
Dude, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming, man. This is
Fuck yeah. It's a good one.
making me feel like I made it.
You did make it. This is great. It's fucking awesome.
It is a very nice little setup. I got the wide camera to get that. I might have to. There's a sign up there for y'all that can't see it, but it looks fire. I got the.